It is Lord Haywire. I am streaming. Man, everything sounds so different up here. I just streamed on my other channel, and I figured it's Friday night, and I don't have anything going on. I never have anything going on Fridays or any day. I'm a loser, so I figured I would just do some dev here. Um, so let's hit play and see where we're at. I do have some things. I know what we're doing. We already did research. This stuff's here. The scrolling thing works. We still have our test for elitism. You can click on stuff. And that works, I guess. You can't click that again. You can't click that. But where we're at is county improvements. This should... Oh, we just need to turn that off. This should show a list of everything. Does this description? So this is where we were at. This when you click on this, it's going to have a description and a build button. It's kind of interesting. I went to a program that I was working on. Oh, this close button doesn't work. So we got to do that too. I went to a program that I was working on like 3 months ago, and it was very interesting to look at the code because I've changed how I've done stuff in just 3 months. I have significantly changed how I program these days, and it's kind of interesting to see that change is like a. I hope it's for the better. I assume it's for the better. We got a project going here. So it's just because I've learned a bunch of stuff and I keep learning new stuff. And so I think, so my plan once again is to like circle around the outside of what we're doing here. I think this is the 23rd episode or something. And as we do each item, like we just do the bare minimum of each item, and then we keep going out. I should probably do it this way. We keep going out more and more, and keep adding to items as we learn. Because I think that's for me, that's the best way to learn is just by doing. I'm also though taking some C# online classes, try to get the basics down because my basics suck. So this is where we're at. Looks like I need to fix this README because I did updates. What the fuck am I doing? I'm a little bit tired today for no real reason, which is I didn't do shit all day long. So I worked, but me working is sitting on my ass. I just wanted to update this README. And we are up to 12 now. Unity updated. I think I'm probably when 2023 gets out of beta, I'll probably jump to that. Well, I don't think we need this open anymore. And so I'm going to keep this. I'm going to probably put this over like here. Let's keep in the notes, and every time I have to update it, I'll move it back over. So it looks like we need some stuff in the building panel. I also think what we need to do here is let's turn this on. One of these things is turned on, and we don't want it to be turned on. Possible buildings, compressed building description looked like it was turned on, but it shouldn't be. Let's hit play again and double check. And well, maybe we'll fill in some stuff first. So we click this. Yeah, why is this turning on automatically? And we fix whatever issue we had there. Eventually, we're going to put in a Cinemachine to move the camera around and stuff. Right now, it doesn't. And it's kind of weird that we have this big gap. This is kind of weird, too. Let's make that panel bigger. Oh, it is turned on. My brain doesn't work right now. I got to get into programming mind. Let's put a negative. Let's make this a whole number here. And it seems to me that the bottom should be 0. We can turn this on. There we go. I was clicking around at some stuff earlier. Let's save that shit. This is not filling in, though. And I don't actually remember what point we were at. So let's take a look. And I keep having these flip-flopping on different ideas. All right, so this is possible building. It's going to instantiate these guys here. Just double checking my music's not playing. It's going to instantiate this prefab that we have. That's on enable. We don't have anything on disable. So I think this is about where we were, actually. On our list here, we've got to add these items. Max employees time. That's the amount of time it takes, which is a kind of an interesting thing because it's not gonna be a steady amount. Influence cost, or this should just be cost probably. Uh, we can put another, you know what I was also thinking about doing is having like, adding a new one of these things. Let's do that. Let's do this and say like building panel. Building. I was trying to have some fun with myself, but then I was like, building panel, like I did on the title. What we could do, that's what I was thinking, is go like this and put these things in here. Yeah, see, we have like multiple of the same thing. And so what we're actually doing is county improvements. So this one actually should be county improvements. How do I edit this thing? Edit details. And then let's do this actually. Let's put this to here. So that way we know, county improvements, what we're working on here is the subgroup of what county improvements is. This is kind of a duplicate. We'll leave it there. I like to check off things as I go because it's a lot. I like the feedback of finishing something. So let's go back to here though. I think what we're doing right now is we were just kind of filling this out, and it looks like we have a couple of things built in. Where are they? Oh, they're just sitting here, huh? I don't quite remember what we were doing. Yeah, so it looks like we just have some text sitting. Building name, building cost. I think I ran out of time last time, and so I did like jump off. I tried to only stream for 3 hours. Tonight it doesn't really matter. This says, oh, did we just make copies of a bunch of shit? We did. Build a button, which we're not going to do anything with yet right now. And then we're going to go building name. That needs to sit there. Building cost. So let's put this one as, I don't think we need building here. We can just do influence. It's with an E, I think. Influence cost. Building name. We'll leave that building name. Max employees. We want max employees. We don't care about how we currently are, just how much it costs for the max employees. But let's move these to their proper location. And let's put... So we're going to need a couple of things here. We're going to need a text and like a subtext. This one is going to say, influence cost. It seems huge. But we'll do that. We'll move this like over here somewhere. We'll make this smaller. We'll do like right half of it. We'll do half of it. 1/4 of it. Influence cost, and then max employees. We'll do like 1/4 of it as well. And we'll say, I usually work on this on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Not every Saturday and Sunday. And we're just gonna say employees. And we're gonna have the actual text things below them. I'll probably make that I'll probably make the text box whatchamacallit, I'll just add it right here. And then same with this, and we'll just put it below. But yeah, like I said, I don't have really anything going on tonight, so I figured might as well just do some of this. Who cares, right? Who cares? -50. And this is going to actually be blank. We want this centered, though. And we'll say, we'll put some number in here. Not 500, because I think it is going to cost 500. 666. There we go. We know it's fake. And the other thing that I found in the other one, in the other program that I was looking at, was that a lot of stuff I left like not named correctly, uh, and it was kind of really hard. It was not kind of really hard. It was really hard to figure out what my code was. And we'll put uh, 7. 7 sounds like a number we won't be using. And then we'll do -50. Wait, that's not what we wanted. I want this up here. Put that there. Center this fucker. Center it there. Turn this to black. Okay, so we have a general idea here of what this is going to look like. The build button's going to do something that's description. We're calling this the building description panel, but we actually need a description text in here too. So let's, just out of laziness, because this is black already, let's put this to building description text, and then we'll move it to where we want it to be. We're not going to actually use, yeah, we're going to go like this. Do we actually need, I don't think we do. We don't need it to say description, right? Yeah, that build button we might move. And then we'll go in here. And we'll just put some blah blah text in here. And then this, though, we don't need. So I don't want the building button down here so that you don't accidentally click on it. That's why it's up at the top. I'm thinking that's probably okay. What else do we have on this list here? That was why I like threw this list together. Max employees time. So we need 3 things down here. We can duplicate this one. This one's going to be weird. And what I mean by weird, actually these should be called title or something. This is going to be, this one could be, let's do like just some numbers in here. And this is going to be, so this is the issue, that your guys are going to have construction skill, and so they can't, it's not that the amount of time. This is also huge too. When we make it, we can make it a lot smaller. I suppose we could also make it like a column instead of, let's do it like thirds. I don't know. So it's gonna matter. So like if you guys are 100%, that's how long it's gonna take to build it. But if your guys aren't at 100%, I feel like we could do this with a whatchamacallit. We've done so many of those. This isn't what I wanted. I want this one. How big is this? Width, height? Let's do 200, 250. Then we can move that down some too. Position -150 maybe. -200. 150 it is. And then we could really just put a horizontal thing in here. And that would just mush them all together. It would have to be, well, let's do this real quick. We got influence cost, title. What did we do? 200 by 250 or something? And then this last one. Is that the last one we need though? Or do we need more? Build button. So there's going to be another cost, and I kind of feel like we should just put it in here. We can do this. There's going to be, since we got it, we know it, we're going to have to do it. We might as well put it in now. We could also do these. We also could do this a different way. I just thought of another way. Let's duplicate this thing though. I don't know what I just hit up there. Whoops. For some reason, I thought Shift Tab would do something. Home, or not home. Resources, cost, text, resources. We just say resources. You know, it's also not going to. I was thinking we could break this half into quarters instead of go like that. You know, instead of having it 3 across. And instead of this, we could actually do this with all. Let's put this up here. Influence, resources, not there. You got to think about how I haven't really thought about how this should be laid out. Time, resources, max tech, and we're gonna want to change all these guys to be at the top. And somehow I missed one. Oh, we needed these guys in there too. These all have the wrong text. We're gonna have to fix all this shit. There we go. And what we could do. Let's do this. Let's fix all this shit. This should be title text. Building description text is fine. Influence title. And actually, I don't know if we even need. I don't know why I'm calling it title. Because this isn't going to change. We could just do influence cost, and then this is just going to be influence cost text. Just kind of like make this make more sense when I look at it again. Resource cost text. That one probably needs because it's not gonna. It's it might be say stone 600 or whatever. Title text, time text, time. Let's just say time to build, and then we got some weird shit here. Time in days. Max employees, we'll just say max employees, and this should be text. I'm putting text in so that if I ever have to drag these things into stuff, which I'm going to have to do, we're going to know what they are. That they're a text thing to drop in somewhere. Max employees text. Okay, now we're going to rearrange all this bullshit that we just did. So for influence, I actually don't think we needed to say cost. It seems redundant. We know it's the cost. The other thing is though it could cost money in the future. So there's another way we could do this. Is delete this thing. Money cost. Because influence is another type of money in this thing. Text. Resource cost. Text. We'll just drag this out of here since it's already called the right thing. Time to build is going to have its own thing. And then max employees is going to have its own thing because that doesn't change. So now let's rearrange this. So the cost, where's the 666 coming from? I don't think we need that anymore. So influence is going to be not, it's going to say, it's not going to say anything. This, it'll say like, whatever goal or influence. It'll say like that. That's what it will look like. So let's put this height like 100. 250 seems fine. Let's actually center this again. And we'll put this like, once again, maybe we should, what is this? Maybe we should, which one is this? Oh, it's this resource cost. 666 wood. So the thing is that you're going to be able to replace wood with scrap every time. Wood, stone, stuff like that. What did we do? 200? 100? No, what did we do up here? Width 250. There we go. That doesn't really look like the same size, but I'm assuming it is. They're just off center a little bit. They are. We'll get to that. Time. You know what we can just call? We can just say days. And we also could we could do this like actually it's kind of like fallen into it. Okay, look, we could put this down here. This one, um, centered. What is going on there? You see that? There's like a thing on top of itself. Oh, there's something. Everything's all mushified. We'll put 0 there. And then these two, we can just stack them up. It's on the wrong one. But like I was saying, we could do it a different way here. I'm gonna look at this, how it looks here. Wow, that looks terrible. Should probably line this all up. So probably what we want to do here, if that's the case, is we can duplicate this one. And we can just say cost. And then we can go to here and just say cost. And then, whoop. Are we putting colons? We are putting colons. And then we could line this up, but you know what we could do here as well, under cost, the height would be, what was that, like 400? 400 seems quite large. We'll just drag. We'll drag and see how close we get here. And then we'll put you at the top. And then we'll do, what is this? Height is 300. And then position negative 150. That looks close enough. Then we'll go to time to build. Just making sure. I already forgot what we did here. So this is like part of the stuff I don't like about programming is like fucking around with this part. I imagine that's like a pretty common. This is 300 by 250. Pretty common feel. And 150, huh? This will line everything up for us. And then employees, can I just copy? No, that will give our position weird. 300. 150. And then what we'll do is we'll stick these costs underneath here so they don't move around and we can fuck with them later if we need to. And then let's go back and look at this. So it might, I'm trying to think, it might be like 500 influence, 500 wood, or 500 influence, 500 scrap. So maybe we want this to be like a big, well, let's just leave it like how it is for now. But we're going to want to fuck around with this later. Actually, this day, like, look how low this is, and the employees as well. Let's like set this higher. Sure. Yeah, this might be like a whole paragraph. Not a paragraph. It might just say or. But right now we don't have to deal with that. We got enough working things that we have here. All right, so we have max employees, we have time, we have influence or resource cost, and then we have the button. So these are all going to kick off at once we get them working. But how we want that to work is we're going to pull all of this shit from a list. So to pull all of this shit from a list, I'm going to move this over here real quick. Just wanted to clear off the thing I was doing. We're going to want to pull all of this from a list, and I don't even remember where the fuck we were doing anything. So this is UI possible building panel, which is pulling this open, and you click on a thing and it's going to pull that. So the first thing we need to do, it's right here, is we need to rename these to numbers. So clone, what is this thing? This is a list of game objects. So we'll do this after we get to here. Oh, actually, that's what I wanted. Except I want to type the right stuff. Equals I to string. Okay, so let's make sure this works. This is like the easiest way I've found to do this, which is to just rename the game objects when they come in, when they appear to the number that they're going to be in the list. So I wonder though, I don't know how this works. If you delete if you remove an item from a list, does it change? You know, if it's part 3 and the index is 3 and you remove 1, does it go down to 2 or does it stay at 3? I don't know. We need to turn off this thing. Building description. Did we call it? Yeah, panel. I don't know why we didn't put spaces. Every other thing we did spaces. Okay, turn that off. And then possible buildings we want to turn off. And then county info we want to turn off. I should probably just put in a thing in awake to make sure that those all turn off, but I think it throws an error if I do that. Maybe not. I don't know. Here we go. Buildings. Force shack did not bring anything up. So first, that's the first thing we got to do. Let's look at our prefabs. Do we have anything on here? Do we have like scripts or anything? On click, we don't have anything. Oh, I didn't even look if that changed the name. Whoops. Oh no, that's fine. What am I doing? Buildings. Inspector. We want to go to scroll view. I couldn't remember where this shit was. Viewport, possible buildings. Yeah, so it changes them to the correct number. So that's what we were testing there. But that button doesn't do anything anyways. We have to fix that. So we're gonna need a. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna need a script on the button that activates the button. So back to this that activates that panel. It doesn't look like we had anything on here. Yeah, so we're gonna attach. I wonder if we were working on that UI scripts. Possible buildings panel. That's something else. Population info. Research. I think we need a new one. I don't think we. Well, we could look here too to see if there's anything else that was. This is what we were. Oh no, this is research. That's a different thing. Research tier 1. We may actually have to look at that. County panel. No, we don't need that. Expanding UI expand building panel. The fuck is that? I don't need to look at that right now. County, we don't need to look at that. Well map load, I think we're going to have to look at that. Factions, select county. We may look, I don't think we're going to need to look at this. I like clear off a little bit. I don't think we really need that. Population info panel. Research item we're definitely going to need to look at to a point. So it looks like we need a new script. So we go create script, UI, possible building button, I guess. It is a button. It is a button that exists that is attached to. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to attach the fucking thing. And the one problem with these is they can't access stuff that is like out. So we can't use this on click because it's not part of itself. It's not part of the prefab. At least I've never gotten that to work. Maybe I'll Google it real quick. Unity script on prefab access game objects. What's this person say? This is in 2018. Got a lot of things there. Script 1, code attached to object 1. Oh, I see what it's doing. I don't think we want to do that. Let's not reinvent the wheel here. We know how to get this to work through through whatever. through scripts. Did I open this fucking thing? No. Possible button. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of this. We could put it, actually, it might already be in a list. I was going to say, we're going to put it in a list and do it a different way. So this one, when you click on it, we're going to need a button thing. And it's going to be called, there's going to be public void possible building button. I think that's good enough. I mean, that's kind of the name of the thing that we did, but it's not. I was watching this tutorial and I couldn't figure out like why the guy kept spelling like button wrong. It was like that, and he was spelling it right up above. It's because he wanted it to be named something different at the top. It was very odd, but once I figured out that's why he was doing it, it made sense. So when you click that button, it's going to open up a panel, and that panel needs to have, we need to be able to access that panel from anywhere. So let's go back to that panel. Let's make sure this is here. There we go. Let's go back to this panel. We don't have a, what do we call this panel? Building description panel. Goddamn UI. Building description. I swear I just saw that, didn't I? Didn't I just close it? No, it was probably that one. You know what I'd like to, maybe I should, I keep thinking about Star Trek. I haven't watched any Star Trek in a long time. I don't know why that just popped in my head. We're gonna need this to go. We're gonna need this to go. We're gonna need this to go. We're gonna do a public static. Except we're gonna make this lowercase I, because no one still told me what the best, and I can't find it. What's if it's supposed to be capital or lowercase? We're gonna go awake, and we're gonna go yep. So now we can access this script on here, and we can. Oh, we need to attach this script to the building description panel. Make sure we're in the right spot here. Yeah, so from here, we're going to do a go. Can we? Wait, I don't think we need that. It's so weird how like if I haven't programmed since last Sunday and I'm already like forgetting how things work. My memory is so fucking terrible. Then we can go UI building. Whoa, look at that list it wants. Instance dot game object. That's actually pretty much what we want, except we want this to be true. And so let's test that. I feel like we just fucked with like 20 things, so let's test that. Turn on my music a little bit. Didn't work. Didn't work. Let's give up. Did we attach this? We did. Whoops, I'm clicking on the wrong part now. Come back here. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that bug we just found. Every time we open it, it's reinstantiating the thing. Let's put that on our list. Of course it's doing that. Okay. It's funny. I was thinking about that the other day, like on Wednesday. I was like, I wonder why that isn't happening. It is happening. What other issues we got here? Nothing. God damn it! I did this again. There we go. Okay, let's go back to what we were thinking here to make sure that what our issues are. So first things first, we are clicking on this prefab. And the oh, we never attached it. We never attached the prefab to itself. So that button does anything. It's probably required, you know. And then we can mark that off as, you know, well, we didn't have it as a list as being done or as things to do, but then we here. I think we have to tell it. I can't remember how anything works. I think we have to put I can't believe I can't remember. I do this all the time, and I suddenly, yeah, good God, man. Where is this? This is the wrong one. Game objects. Oh, I don't remember. I do like all that. I love these big long things. There we go. Then we need to go back to here. Good God, I can't believe that I forget that shit. Like, my memory's totally shot. And then we can just drag itself in here. Save it again. Everything's turned off. 40 minutes have already passed. 40 minutes. Can you believe that shit? Time just flies, man. It's doing that each time I click, too. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's because it's off. So this doesn't mean anything. So there's actually another way we could do this because I'm just dumb tonight. Maybe every night. Uh, I don't think. Well, let's just detach it. I don't think we need that actually anymore. I can't remember anything as we've just experienced. So let's put this. What the fuck is the name of it? Building. I don't think we do. I guess I'll convert this into a. Sometimes it seems like kind of a dumb thing. It's filling up all of our issues there. I don't think we actually need that. What we need here, we're going to remove this. And we'll go up to. This should already have a script on it. Yeah, we'll open this up. And if we do. Is there another place we could put this? We could stick it on this. This is a sub part of this. I feel like it should go on here though. So let's do this instead. We're gonna have to fix. This is the. This shouldn't be on enable. This should be on awake. I wonder why we took it off of awake. I kind of feel like it was on awake before. Um, Causing it to instantiate every time it got opened. That's just a reminder for later if I'm like, why is this on awake? What the fuck? This is gonna be. So if we want that thing to access this, we need to have this to be all public. I like to keep like my public stuff and my private stuff separate. Public, static. I bet you it's supposed to be capital. Then we'll do a public game object. And this is going to be called building, not with a capital B though, building description panel. Then, this has all been saved. We'll go back to this thing. I'll just blow all that away. What were we just doing? UI possible panel dot dot instance dot building. Then we'll go over to here, and we should have a slot for this thing now. And we'll put in that there. What happened to our, we have nothing, everything's broken. I don't know, it's fine. Building. That surprises me that time. This is on. Oh, I know what it is. We jack shit around. So this has the wrong. No, we didn't jack this around. Let's try one more time here. It's probably something dumb that I'm forgetting. Because these are all being generated. Just out of curiosity, let's close this. Yeah, this isn't doing that anymore. Why is that 0? This is going to be 1. Okay, there's something unexpected happening here with how I'm naming these things. Wait, there was another time I did that. Was that renaming the script on them too? Where was I doing that? That was under research. Whoops. We need to look at. Oh, it was. Oh, that's just the name. I was thought it was renaming. No, that's just the name of the thing that's in there. That's normal. Got all worried for a second. All right, so why is this thing happening? Why is this shit happening? It's a rhetorical question. I'll figure it out. I just gotta, you know, figure it out. Was this not public? I put it in there, but let's double check this. Make sure it's. Oh, now I'm in the wrong. I was like, wait, now there's too many of these. No, I'm in the wrong spot. I mean, it shouldn't whoops, it shouldn't matter if it's off. I mean, I don't think it does. I mean, I've been using this forever. It's never mattered. I turn shit on and off all the time like that. Why can't my brain work tonight? It just has to get warmed up. Suddenly I had a thought. No? The thought was bad. Alright, let's look at this thing. At 7. Oh! It was telling me. It was telling me this whole time. It was like, man, you fucked up. You fucked up. That's what it was telling me this whole time, and I was just like, what? I did not, but I did. And then we're gonna hope that this works here. Okay, and then this close button, does it do anything? It doesn't do anything yet. And that shouldn't do anything yet. And that closes it all off. We close this back up, and this is still open. I kind of like that, actually. But let's fix that close button because it should be cake. We just put in this, and we set active off. That should do that trick. Now we need to fill in that panel with information. So on this is going to be an on enable. Hey, we can keep that script we created. We just need to change it around. So when this thing pops open, I don't know if we're going to need this stuff, but we don't need this. We're going to need many other public things, though. Public? Nah, it's not. They're not public. They're private. For now, at least. Let's start with the fresh thing. We can always do that later, you know, unless I forget. Uh, so we're going to need a serialized field, private text mesh pro, UGUI. See this one, see that one's putting a little M in front of it. That's interesting. It's not what we want. This is going to be cost. Stop it. And this one will be, well, we need actually a couple of things here. I need a bunch of these. We need another one that is protected. No. You know, I don't think, is that IntelliCode using that, or is that something else? I don't know. Is that the normal? I guess there's probably an easier way to do this. And there's the IntelliCode. So we need cost, we need time. We need, well, there was one more, right? I wonder why it wants to put protected in there. I should probably make sure there was one more before I get too hog wild here. Resources. We might make that one thing, but for now we'll have a. I thought there was one other thing. Max employees. Is that how you spell employees? Uh, I don't know. Yes, yes, that is. All right, so there's 6 of these items. Let's make sure that there's 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I guess we could easily just put this in here, you know, to make sure that we had them all filled out. Okay. Did I put the right one in here? Yes. No. See, this is why I put text at the end of each one of those names, is so that it all connects together. So now we need to set this to on enable. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about we have when you click the button, you can get the name of it that was clicked. Public int and then over. So when you click that button, what was it? It's like int. I never can. I don't use it that much. Parse. No, it's like int. I just used it the other day. Parse int. What did I use it for? I was saying I never used this, but then I just fucking used it. Pretty sure int.parse. 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 I think this is going to give the name of the script for some reason. What's your int problem over there, buddy? Well, yeah, I think we need something added in here. Oh, it's lowercase. I'm struggling here tonight. Okay. And I'm going to debug log this name because I think this is wrong. Then, because we're just going to pass this over to here and then we'll use that. I'm gonna go smoke here after we try this one time. Buildings. That is one. That's three. Oh, it's not on enable. What I mean is when we're clicking these and this thing's open. All right, I'm gonna go smoke real quick, and I mean it's not it's not on enable. It would be, well, we could set it so when you click a different one, it closes and reopens it, which is kind of dumb. But we could do that. Let me put in my break timer here. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay, I was thinking when I was outside. Um, we could trying to turn on my break timer and failing. We could write my first event. That was not my plan tonight. I was like, oh, I got some easy shit. But I could write my first event. So it would be in this script here. When this thing changed, it would fire an event. Then we would have it on enable. No, not on here. On possible building, no, on building description, on enable. We would have it subscribe to that event. And then that event, I've never written an event before though. I asked ChatGPT, let me log in, how to do it a while ago. I would probably, well, let's do this first because I'm still confused slightly. Unity event versus C# events. Why choose Unity event over C# event? Unity events are slower than native C# events, and they store a strong reference to the receiver. So the only valid reason I can use Unity event over is their integration with the editor. Use the events in the editor. That's for dragging and dropping people, or that's for drag and drop people, or those making editor plugins. Another advantage is that it prevents the problem of Unity objects not being free due to the misuse of delegates or using anonymous delegates with Unity objects. Although they get freed from the main script that holds them is destroyed. The reason for this is because Unity event is implemented with weak references. They're removing, minimizing. These two things are not worth it using. How you should always use native events, delegate over Unity events. If you're not an editor plugin. Let's get a second opinion on this. Well, let's look at this thing. See, this is pretty much int. Oh, I don't know what that is. Listener. This guy does it different than I was looking at with this. No, this is okay. He did a bunch of stuff. So it says the more you add on. I don't want to read this. It's not. Who gives a shit for my thing? I don't think that's gonna be what's gonna kill. Let's ask this. Let's see what this person says. Okay, so this guy's referenced that article we just looked at. Hook up events in the inspector. Do we give a shit about that? I mean, we kind of do. I really wasn't planning to do events tonight, but you know, it might. Let's just jump in and drown here. I should probably change my description. See my first C# event. Where the fuck is my stuff here? Um, okay. I just took a break, so I have no excuses. Um, let me see here. Let me think here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let me pull up Chat GPT because I did talk to Chat GPT. Not like it's a human. um, and asked it how to do events a while ago because I was curious. I was thinking about them because I knew we would start um, needing them soon. So let's see. Let's take a look at the top of this. It kind of like so I was a little disappointed in how events worked. What does it say? Did I ask it which one's better? I copied some code in there. Let's ask it what it thinks. Uh Whoops, not at the bottom. One of these uh I told it to stop generating, which was a mistake because like half the code is there and it keeps like throwing me off. I'm like, wait, this is all you do? See, Unity events can be set up and connected in the inspector window, making it easier to see which events are available and what they do. Can be serialized, meaning they can be saved in Unity scene or prefab and retain their connection to other components. Huh. This is going to be in a prefab. Can only be used with Unity Engine as they rely on Unity's messaging system. Can be used in C# projects, not just Unity. Well, no shit. Offers more flexibility. Allows finer grained control over event handling as you can add or remove event subscribers individually. I think I'm just going to stick with the C# one for now. So I'm going to go through my thought process here. So we're going to have, let's hit play so I can show you where this is. So we're not going to have the events on here. So this is the issue. If we click this, we either have to close this and reopen it, which is fucking stupid. To get, which I guess like, it's not the end of the world, but we might as well just learn events right now. So each one of these that we click, it's giving us its name down there. At least I think it is. Oh, we have this collapsed. I was like, why isn't this? Yeah. So it's going to change that variable. When that variable changes, it will trigger an event that this thing will subscribe to, and it will update. And it will subscribe on. Does that close button work now? It does. It will subscribe to it on enable. So let's do this first, though. Let's make something change so we know that this is working. Let's put the name text. We're going to need a new thing here. I don't know if these need it. Well, let's look at my Chat GPT thing. Does it tell me? That's the other side. I asked it a bunch of questions and I think it confused itself. Check condition and trigger events. Oh, did I save this? Because I was fucking around with it. I don't think this needs to be public. It doesn't need to be public. It can just be a private whatever. I don't want to call it event test because every time I do that, I put test in something. Like I was saying, I went back to that code from 3 months ago, and there's a bunch of things that were just named like whatever test, and I can't believe I didn't like go back and fix it. I'd probably plan to, but let's call this Panel. Why is it? Freaking out on me. Because I'm clicking. Um, I don't know what was going on there. I just needed to. This is going to be that list, which is, where does that list live? It's right here. This is going to be, that's an int. Oh, we called it research name, huh? So temporarily, that should do the trick of. Let's put this in here real quick, and then we'll jump to the. I just want to make sure that this works without the event. I guess I could just maximize this thing. Since this is, I want to make sure everything's working. All right, so Fisher Shack, it's not going to work now until we close this and reopen. Oh, it's like one behind. What I just did Stoneworkers. Wonder why. Well, this should solve that problem. We know we're changing something. I hope it will save that. It will fix that problem. Okay, so this is where we're gonna do this event thing. So I think I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna move this to my other screen so we can just kind of like. It's like an action. We'll probably. I noticed that last time I googled around. All right, so we're on. Yeah, so this is where we're going to have our public. Wait, no, it's lowercase. And then it says action. I'm not sure. Okay, that's something. Let me Google it. I think my C# events example. Action events. I think it's an action events sample. Bring this back over here. I don't care how it works. I just want to see. Oh, see, they're using that invoke thing, which is different than. I love when they do these shitty variables. So I've actually used events before when I was messing around with the net code, but I've never understood them. So this is going to be my first, if I can get this to work. What did this thing say again? Then I'll more understand them. On condition met. Handle condition met. Okay, all right. This makes sense. So we're gonna call this. Uh, wait. What do I do with this? How does this look? It looks just like that, except we probably need to add something in here. Um, so the button gets pressed, but how is it going to get? Okay, so the way we were, so why isn't, so the way we were going to trigger it is we were going to put the fuck is it called? A property, a getter setter with this thing, which would trigger this thing so that everyone knew it happened. But what's up with this thing not? Let's hit run on this again. I want to see something. That's okay. We can live without that. That warning's okay. Totally. I knew I was gonna be writing some events eventually. Okay, but I didn't know it was gonna be tonight. Okay, so this is number. This is 012. So that's 2 in it, but it's bringing Fisher's Shack. I didn't click on Fisher's Shack. I clicked on 2. I know what the issue is. Now we're on 4. Oh, I didn't close this though. Let's click 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not right. Close there. Yeah, why is it always one behind? This is right down here though. So let's hope. Let's hope that when this event will fix it. This number is right. So if we go back to here, I think, and we turn this into a getter setter, which I haven't done in a while as well. Public int possible building button clicked, and I need to find one to look at because I can never remember this shit. Maybe I can just example. Good God, examples from 2013. No. Public int x. Thank you for using such a shitty variable. So I need get. That's actually what we want. But I don't like it. I don't like it to look like that. I want it to. Oh, it won't let me do it. Without. It's all right. That's fine. Who gives a shit? Set. That. But we want. See, this is why I like this to be all beautiful, all pretty. Okay, but then this is what's going to be triggering the action. So obviously this has to be above the action, or the action has to be above it, right? I don't, it probably doesn't matter. Now how do I put that in there? Oh, this is missing. That's the part that I'm missing. So this thing is called on condition met. We got to go back to the chat GPT. It is useful sometimes, you know. What are we calling this one? On condition met. You just, that's all you do? Is you run that. So I want this thing to change, to be triggered when this variable called possible building button pressed is changed. So we have that, we're using this somewhere. We need to change this. That would be such a dumb reason to not. Imagine I didn't update that. I think this is going to be the problem. Or this is the. I don't think they line up. Where the fuck is this thing? No, not there. I mean, it's here somewhere. They would all line up in this particular case. Let's add this. I don't. Well, we'll fucking worry about it later. We'll get some bug and I'll know what the fuck is going on. Uh, okay, so for the next part of this event, we need to subscribe this thing to it. So on enable, we go instance possible equals true. No, I think we can go like plus equal plus. Not none of those are what we want. Let me look at my little thing here again. The fuck we subscribe to this shit. Then once I have one done, here we go. Plus equal. See, they're not doing the instance thing. I wonder if that matters. But plus equal handle condition met. Plus equal panel refresh. I have no idea. Name rule. These words must begin with uppercase. Well, thank you for telling me. Well, I guess we just go now then, huh? We just try it and see what happens. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I should be maximizing this instead of just dragging this shit around. I don't know why I started doing that. It does not work. I mean, we expected it to be wrong. Oh, well, that would have changed. That would have updated. Okay, so let's go through our code again. Oh wait, was there? No. Let's debug log this because we might have another issue here. I don't think it did. This is just subscribing to this action. So let's go back to this action. Possible building button pressed. Possible building button pressed should be triggered. Oh, off of. Something weird's going on here. No, that's right. Oh, wait, did we fix? It was that it was that thing I just said like 5 minutes ago. It's like it sure would be dumb if that did. Jesus Christ. At least that part is. Forest Shack. I don't know why I'm not just maximizing this shit. So now if we click this, it should okay. And it fixed that one problem. Well, fucking A. There's the first event I've written in my life. I mean, like I said, I have used them when I was messing around with the netcode and doing someone else's tutorial. This also solved that one issue. But uh, I didn't understand how it worked. So that was surprisingly easy. So, huh. I feel like celebrating, but at the same time, I feel kind of disappointed. Underwhelmed is the term I would use. Extremely underwhelmed. Let's copy this shit. That was like so much easier than I thought. I guess ChatGPT helped me more than I thought it would. We need one, two, we need 6 of these. I don't know what it's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, like in front of this one, we need. And this is going to be description. Man, I wonder how much time I waste with typos. And I'm being serious. Like, I literally wonder how much typos are costing me. Influence cost. I guess that's what we're doing, right? Oh, are these? This is like a. Um, if we're gonna have all this, let's do this. We don't need all this shit. This is what we're gonna do. We can var this shit out. Um, we're gonna call it. It kind of sucks that we have to. Uh, or it kind of sucks that we're using the research item list, and I keep thinking about it and thinking like, man, this is wrong, we got to fix this. But then at the same time, I find other issues with the reason why not using the research item list as your build list. um, I don't know, I'm conflicted. Oh, you know what it is I think I spelled influence wrong. No, what did we call it? Will that jump to where I want it to? No, we gotta go to here. Um, Oh, we called it money? Wait, what the fuck I need to go to here. No, we called it influence cost. Did it which I wish I could remember how to spell things. Influence. No, it is an A. No, it's not an A. It's an E. Um, so what's your problem here? Oh, it was we needed to parse. I guess not. Okay. Oh, why am I doing it this way? No, that needs to get parsed up there. Uh, what the fuck am I doing? Money cost. We're putting influence cost right there. We're gonna have to go through. We're gonna have so many fucking bugs, man. We need this to be. Actually, these don't have to be on their own lines now. And we might as well just parse this fucking thing since we're here. Why aren't you writing my code for me, IntelliCode? Oh, wait, no. Jesus Christ. Do you intend cannot convert method to oh, it's because I think this thing at the end. What the fuck, man? It's like I've completely forgotten things I do all the time. Resource cost, we actually do want this, but I don't do we have this in our research item list? We don't even have that in there. Well, that we jumped the gun here. Resource cost, time, text. This was time, days to build, and employees text equals uh, max employees. Okay, we don't need this shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. And there's 6 there besides this one. So let's do a test, of course. Gotta retrain myself to maximize all the time. And there are different ugly colors here. That's probably spelled wrong too. Cost is 500. Well, this is the thing we're not. And employees is 5. Makes me want to fix this research item thing to have the cost. So I was watching this tutorial the other day, and the guy put it like he had resources as well. Actually, he was using stats. It was the One Wheel Studio guy. I can't remember what his name is. Um, so in his stats, he put it a numerator, and then he was putting that stuff into a list like this, but I don't understand why. Okay, so let's think how these research items work. Let's try to think this through. Do we need to put this in right now? Let's not put that in right now, but let's put it. Let's say fuck it. We'll come back to it. Let's go back to our This is going to be research item. We'll do this here. Man, that event was way easier than I thought. I'm still shocked. We'll just put that in there so I don't forget. And now, what do we even do? This shit's all done. Time is done. Let's double check. I don't know how well I checked. And now I have a thing to reference. Garden Shack. This is a gardener's shack. Gardener's shack. This is a gardener's shack. It's got 5 people. 14 cost is 500. There's our first issue. Let's click Stoneworker. Let's click Research Shack. Yeah, I mean, everything works exactly how we want it. All the costs are the same already. Let's do this. Let's go back. I figured out. Let's go back to, and I'll explain what I'm talking about here when I get to wherever the fuck the research thing is. Okay, so I was talking about this earlier. The days to build is going to be like an interesting thing because it's not a set amount of time. So right now we have 14 days because I want it to take about 2 weeks to build the Fisher's Shack. Each one of these things to build a shack, right? 2 weeks, but that's if the person with the people with the construction skill are at 100%. So if they're at like 50%, 14 days is actually going to take 28 days. So I think what we have to like plan ahead that they're going to be about 50%. And so let's put this down to 7. And you know, we might have 1. Let's put 1 in. Let's put the Forester's Shack in as 1 because then that will be our test one. Were these on our list? No, these aren't researched. I know we're gonna have another problem here. What's gonna happen is we're they're gonna be pulling from this list, and the numbers are gonna be weird because we have more of these than we have buildings. So we're probably almost 100% gonna have to make a building list, which I know we've tried to do, and then we got rid of it. Where we had it, when we didn't try, we had it set up, and then we got rid of it because it seemed pointless to have the 2 lists. But I'm almost positive we're gonna need to do that. It's gonna be kind of a clusterfuck. And then, well, I mean, we'll just put the list in with that thing. But right now, whatever. Let's go back to our list here. Time is done. The time has been added and it's done. Max employees. It's done. Man, that event like made everything. Influence cost is done. And then resource cost. Oh. Can I just delete this one? Because we have delete from project. There we go. Because we have 2 of them. All right, we're build. Every time you click this, it instantiates the list again. We already fixed that. That was like 2 seconds. Do we need UI building description panel script? That was the thing we were looking at before. And actually, I think we ended up using that, didn't we? We did end up using that. So the answer would be yes. We'll put this in here. Yes. And this is that ridiculous the song I've just the song I'm listening to said ridiculous, then I said ridiculous. Which is ridiculous. Okay, so the build button is next. I'm gonna clear off these things. I have like 6,000 of these now, and all those things fill my whatever, my Discord. I can't handle it. And now my music stopped. I am not, like, I am in a weird mood for. Oh, that's why I didn't recognize any of these songs. It's went to a different album that I've never heard before. All right, let's go back to the game. Let's get this game fucking going here. We can hit play again. So we have a couple of things that need to happen. We click this button. We expand the building button. We have these possible choices. Does this work? Yes. We let's say we want the Fisher Shack. No, I thought I put 1 to 1. Okay, it's the Forester Shack. This is we say, hey, this cost is good. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's fix this first. It can't just say 500. It has to say 500 influence. Which itself, because you can use influence or money, but you don't have it. All right, 500 is fine for now. We got to put that on the list though too. Uh, so this is the thing. I think at the beginning we're going to be using influence, but as your economy changes, you're going to be switching to money. And so that's why like, hey, do you want to have it as a choice? Like, it's going to be it's maybe both. Like sometimes you spend your influence to buy buildings, and sometimes you spend your money. At the beginning, there's neither things, but I got to keep adding stuff on there, or I'm going to forget that we need to even look at it. Okay, so we go to here, buildings open. Wait, there. Oh, that was the thing I was gonna check. We're gonna click a forester's shack. Forester's shack. This is a forester's shack. This is lined up. This looks terrible, but that's fine. This closing this, it still works. If we push forester's shack again, it still works. Then on this build, when you click build, first things first, it's gonna ask you if are you sure that you want to make a builder or a Fisher's shack. We have to have a. I don't know how many times I've fucked something up in a game and then I'm like, no, 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 no. I think I streamed a game like 2 nights ago where, what was that? I accidentally like repaired a building I didn't want. Oh, it was in Knights of Honor Sovereign. So we're gonna need a new panel here because I just want to do UI panels for the rest of eternity. Um, Maybe we can go like about to there. What do we got here? Did I add a panel? What did I add? Okay, I did add a panel, but everything's turned off. So let's turn on possible building. Let's turn on county info. Everything's so reliant on everything else. Building description. Let's have this fucking thing pop up in the middle, though. It will be like a real, hey, are you sure? But since it's attached to this, we can't do that. Let's reset its position. We're still attached to something here. Farther. Farther? Further. Like, what the fuck, man? Let's just add it in again. uh, oh, it's. Let me think here. How do we want this to look? We don't want it there. We want it to be a child of this thing. I wonder how far a movement that's going to feel to select, okay, to go for, hit build there, and then you got to hit OK over here. What? I added an image. I kind of now I don't like that idea because a lot of life is moving your mouse too much. Sounds ridiculous, but no, I really feel like I'm constantly for a living. Okay, so we'll just put the panel in the middle of this one below the build button, on top of the build button. Once again, like how much time have I wasted accidentally clicking stuff, but then also how much of my time have I wasted typoing, like there's so many items. Negative 100. Nope, wrong direction. I was gonna put the building name here. Yeah, I guess we will. I was like in deep thought there. I don't want this to be like this though. Let's go to the 0.9 again. How about 1? It's all so ugly. That's so black. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I was like it's like we gotta keep some. I kind of like that the building's name up there. Like, you click on Fisher thing and it's like Fisher's whatever. Are you sure you want to build a Fisher fuck whatever? Whoops, I did not want to play. What's a simulator? Oh, good God. I don't know if you've noticed, but I just like to click on things. I'm curious. And so far, I haven't had any issues with just clicking on stuff mostly in my life, except for in this, I clicked on visual coding, and I was like, "What's this?" And then next thing I know, I couldn't get the fucking thing off of and it would like take forever. Um, we're gonna need a text message thing. We're gonna need a button. We're gonna need 2 buttons, cause why not? You know, like this is totally unnecessary for what we're doing right now. But you know what? It's the right way to do it. Uh, no, I don't know. I don't know why I'm. We don't need another one. I was thinking we were gonna put another text box right there, but we don't need it. I don't want to be doing UI stuff. Character creation is something I keep putting off because of like stuff like this. It's just all UI bullshit. I don't know why I hate it so much. There's got to be someone who loves this shit. And that's what their whole life, all they want to do is um, UI stuff. There has to be, right? Look at how big this, how much shit we got in the UI so far. Good fucking God. Okay, where do we want you, motherfucker? Can we get you over like here and it won't look dumb? Let's undo that, please. Can we get you over here and it won't look dumb? Yeah, that looks fine. I don't give a shit. Let's put you over here. I kind of actually want it to go the other way. This is another weird thing that I've been thinking a lot about lately is like no and yes, which order should they go in? Like, why do I give a shit? Just do it. Sometimes I'm playing a game though and I'm like, why the fuck is the no over here? You know, it's not really like a thing, but I still, that's it's I think about weird shit. I guess it's not that weird, but I wonder about stuff. No. No. We need to make this bigger. Oh, we can do this button. I always forget about this button. Whenever we do that button. I mean, that looks cool, but I bet you what's going to happen is we're going to get fucked later. So let's not do that. Nope. This one. Center. Nope. I fucked something up. Yeah, I fucked something up here. It's because it was already. We want to be like, well, half size. And then we'll do this. There we go. How does this thing look, though? No, it looks fucking stupid. That's fine. I wonder if this is going to confuse people. We can move this panel up a little bit. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool that you could see that that's what you were clicking on, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's stupid. All right, that's gonna be how it works. So then on here, we don't even have to. We can just go and turn this off, and then the build button. We're just gonna turn this on. Nope. Yes. No. Okay. All right. That should do everything currently. Then the yes button's gonna have its own whole thing. It's actually let's test this real quick. Um, fuck sticks. The close button's still gonna work. I need a blocker thing. I know I have one somewhere. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Everything matters. Oh shit, are we pausing time when this is open? We want to be pausing time. Okay, I guess I'm not going to test it real quick. Uh, okay, we'll put this here. Okay. No, we have time. We have time to test it real quick. I'm not in a hurry. I don't got shit to do tonight. As I was saying earlier, this is a lot of shit to turn off. Now we still have this on focus though. But you know what we can do with that? Okay, building opens, garden shack, close, still works. Forest shack, build, No. Did I not link that? Um, I think I linked itself in there, which doesn't do us any good. We don't need to maximize it. We can see it. Okay, fine. Fine, we'll make it a little bigger. Force shack. Force shack. Yeah, time's still going. Yes, should do nothing. Perfect. Everything works exactly as we wanted. Life is grand. Not really, but you know what I mean. Okay, I am going to take a quick break somewhere, somehow. Break timer up. There we go. All right, I guess I'm back already. I am cold. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's March 24th and it's cold still. The fuck is wrong with this world? All right, so I was thinking about this while I was outside. First thing we're gonna need is a script, and we're gonna do another action, another event. We're gonna do a UI script, and we're gonna call it UI building confirmed. And we're gonna stick this. Whoa, hey, it's fine. That doesn't actually work. It worked when I was using like 2009. Whatchamacallit. We're gonna put this on the yes button, and then in the yes button, on click, we can put itself in here. Oh, we don't have a function yet. Oh, wait. Yeah, on click. How do we do that? Oh, we just run. Oh, it's gonna be. It's just same as the other thing. I'm overthinking it. Over fucking thinking it. Okay, so basically, when you hit yes, let's turn this shit all back on. When you hit yes, it's going to move from here to here. So, we don't actually, I guess we, are you sure? Do we need this open? We need this open. Just to think about this. So when you hit yes, it's going to move from this possible list. Yeah, so here we are. We're at our fucking issues here. I knew this was going to be a problem later. But I carried on. I even took away that list. Well, this is why we do it in this order. And I'm still regretting. We're not going to get to this. This is going to. We may get to this. Who knows? This is going to be a bit off. We're going to build a new list. We need a possible building list, and we need a current building list. So I put this, I used to call these public classes, but I don't know. And somebody tell me if that's right or wrong. We're going to need a building. And you can open up, sure. You can pretend to open up and then not open up, that's fine. And then we're going to do another one. Current. Because they aren't actually going to be completed. Yes, thanks for pretending. It doesn't really do it. I don't know what the deal is, like I said. Current building. Possible buildings. Now we have them open. Okay, so what are we going to do with this current building is we're going to strip our possible buildings. I knew there was a reason we would need this separated from the research items, but I couldn't get it in my mind around it. All right, I'm just pulling this over to this other screen here so we can look at what we're taking. We're taking out of here. Research name, no. We're going to need a public string though. And why didn't it want me to, oh, this isn't a mono behavior. Is that why it was giving me grief that one time? Is because I had a mono behavior up? Jesus Christ. Everything we just did was worthless. No, it's fine. We don't need the prerequisites. We don't need the tiers. Is building. Public bool is being built. We are going to need that. Public bool is built. We're going to need that. Yeah, everything we did was fucking worthless. We're going to need influence cost. We need a public days to build. We're going to need a public... What's your fucking problem? Oh. I should have just copied and pasted this stuff like a normal person. Current employees, public int, max employees. There we go. That's all we need for right now. Then we're gonna need a public possible buildings. You're not gonna do it for me? What happened to you? He was so useful. And telecode was, and then it just suddenly was like, nah, I give up. String. Oh yeah, we were just doing the same thing. What happened to you in telecode? Do I have a bug somewhere else? Sometimes it gets all whacked out if you have a, no? All right, well, we'll just Um, do we have most of this over here? I guess it's all in different order and shit. So is being built, bool is built, influence cost. We'll go to this next line. Int days to build int current employees int max employees. You gonna do that for me? What is your problem, man? This dot, yeah, there we go. Oh, I went too fast for it. Is built, is being built, influence cost equals, come on, man. You suck. You know, I did reboot my computer. I wonder if it, hey, whoa. It doesn't seem like rebooting my computer should have an effect on this, but who knows, you know? Uh, Maybe it's because these are empty. Oh, maybe we don't need, maybe we could just do it with one and just is built. And then we wouldn't have to, do we want to move it? No, I think we want it, I think we want it, well, let's actually, before we get too carried away here, I think we want them to be separate lists. The name and this description are going to be the same no matter what. And I don't know if we want, whoops, if we want to, we can make a, you know, another list of name and description. Let's do it this way first. We'll put another note in. Oh, the name might change because they, nah. Buildings, that is the current and possible building lists. Jesus Christ, man. Kind of on a roll tonight, though. It took me a while to start getting warmed up there. We can smack this fucker back over here. No, we can't. All right, we're gonna make some massive breakings. Can we just rename this to name? See, this would also, it would also be used in the, it would also be used in the, I tried to save it. I tried to control S it. What are we using that for? So these would all be gone. We're just busted, like everything we've been worked on here, been worked on. Um, uh, I mean, it's all going to be replaced by that. See, this is we could replace this with another name and I don't know. Fuck it. We won't do it right now. We'll get rid of this shit. And we just broke all our shit, man. I guess we can reattach this up here, huh? Actually, I want it over here. There we go. Current buildings. We'll get to that, but I'm going to save it anyway, just in power outage or some shit. It's happened in the past. I mean, not programming wise, but other things. This, not with the capital. Okay. We're gonna have to go back through all of our. Well, it's we actually just we unleashed a clusterfuck. Actually, I think I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. This doesn't. This doesn't need to be there. All we need is with possibility, we need influence, days. No, we had 6 things. Okay, those are the 6 things we need. Okay, now that we've busted fucking everything, and I knew it was gonna happen eventually. Yeah, let's fix this just so we have our. Yeah, why aren't you helping me, little buddy? There we go. You don't want. Oh, is it because of that space in there? Yeah, there we go. You've recovered. You're all fixed. So the reason why we were doing is being built because it's gonna say. Oh, we need the fucking time in here then. Yeah, we need the time up here. Up here? Public string. Ah, fuck. We also need the current and max employees then. Oh, we also fucked up another part. Man, we've fucked up everything here. Because when you hit build, you're gonna need to be able to pick how many employees you want to be building it. Let's put that on the list. It's gonna automatically fill in the actual employees. I think we can drag shit around. That's gonna be a whole other ball of wax. This definitely has to go over in days to build. These 3 all have to go over. I guess. What was this string I was typing in here? It makes it. This is, now we have a bunch of overlap again. Like these 3 things, or these 5 things are going to be the same. Well, this one's going to change all the time. This one doesn't need current employees. Because it's... Oh, wait, it is going to need... If we're adjusting the current... I don't know. Undo this. We'll see. We might not need that. Right now, I think I'm going to err. Usually I err on the side of having too little of things, but I think I'm going to err on the side of having too many right now, and then we can strip out. Let's put this... Whoops. Let's put it like this. So it goes from research item to possible building to current building. Research item is going to have possible building in it. And this name and description it's in every single one of them. We probably should get rid of that. Because otherwise we're going to have to be passing them along. I guess that doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we have influence costs, which is what you pay up front. And then this stuff, we'll eventually be putting... Let's put a note in here. Adding resource costs as well. So one of the things, do we really need you? No, get the fuck out of here. One of the things that's holding me back on the resource costs is, there might be stone, wood, scrap, like there might be a lot of them, a lot of different things. So I think next round of going around all this shit, we'll get to that. Okay, I'm just double checking here. I think we're okay there. Where did I put that name thing? Sometimes I get a little carried away when I learn something new. I go like, oh, let's just make a list of everything. And I've been doing that like for a while. Let's put this over here so that we keep an eye on it. This is for later. Okay, so research item. All right, so we need to go roll all the way back to research. And this is where it's going to get weird. Actually, it's going to be weird no matter what. I feel like we don't need that. I mean, I feel like we do need that, but I like over on the side when there's like a bazillion things have been changed. We're changing a lot of the same stuff or added. We've had some stuff added. Okay, so first run research is under research tier 1, which is attached to... Oh yeah, we can't fit. Okay, I think we're gonna have to fix. No, we can't fix that first. Um. And man, I already had this built, and then I took it away in a different time. So first run, how are we toggling or hitting that? Okay, just on a wake, we're hitting this. It runs through this. So for each one of these, it's got 4 loops, and what we need to put in here is we need to actually... Okay, wait. We need to create it in world map load, though. What do we got going here? Ah, shit. We're gonna rename this. And this one too. I don't know what that song was that I just listened to, but it was pretty good. I'm listening to New Model Army lately. I mentioned this last time I think I streamed. This song I'm not too into. It's Ghost of Cain is the album that I've listened to. I think all night. It's listening to the same album over and over because I'm a dumb shit or something. There's some word for that. What were we doing? We were renaming some stuff just because you know my love of doing that. Yeah, shut up. Okay, so back to world map load. So we need to initiate. We got armies, we got factions, we got research items. Here we go. Public list. Current building. No, this isn't the one I wanted. But we need to do this one anyways. Above that, we're going to have public list. Fuck you. Fuck you. Possible building. I wonder why it. So I named like one thing with a list at the end there, and it went crazy. I don't like this tier one bullshit either. Did I already put that on my list? We're doing so much list stuff. I guess we did that. I don't like this tier. I don't know. I just don't like it. I'm just putting it on there so that I don't forget about it. Once again, it's always a memory issue for me. Okay. Back to this. So we have this going there. So when this thing, so that's initiated, create research and building list. So this is where I was putting it before. What is this, an awake? Um, it's a good question. I feel like I used it to get this where to go. I have it open right here. I used it to help me write an event, my first event. Um, but it's like this is a lot for one event. So I've been confused by events for a long time, and so I just asked. So what people kept saying, this is how I started with it. People kept saying you can replace if statements and fixed update or update with events, and I was like, how the fuck does that work? So this time it helped. Like obviously I had to write my own stuff, but there's all sorts of stuff on here that it did not answer correctly. So I would say it probably has 90% failure rate. And it likes to argue, which is kind of what. There was one thing on here that it was really confusing me. So this was my question was how do I get the if statement out of fixed update? And it kept putting the if statement in fixed update. And I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? And it's like, yeah. It's just there for learning purposes. It's very confident, and it's sometimes a liar. Is chat or is GPT-4 the new one? Or are they the same? Oh, so I haven't used GPT-4. Is that there's that I watched a video on the GitHub. Man, everybody's got such clickbaity titles. Code with voice. Oh god. um, Contextual response generation. That's oh yeah, Copilot. That's what it's called. Yeah, Copilot. That's what I watched the video on was Copilot, and like I was saying that. So the video title was something like Copilot's gonna change your life, your programming life, and check out this awesome example or something like that. And so obviously I was like, is it really gonna do that? So I clicked on it, and the guy was saying how it sucked. It was awful and it sucked. And I was like, oh, why did you put your title like that? And then he had this page up for most of it, for most of his video. This actual page he was just going through it like, what is GitHub? So yeah, I don't know what the GPT-4, it doesn't look that different to Chat GPT. Is there a place you can test it? I want to ask it questions. Given the 6 months of adversarial training, the GPT-4 base model underwent its post-training phase. This is possible and accurate. There's subtle differences. How do I look at it? So interestingly enough, my friend who is full stack developer thinks that we're seeing the end of developers with as humans. He's very upset and scared of it. I don't know if scared, wary um, of it. How do you even get to the new one? Oh, I love when magazines, online articles link to just another article. Oh, oh, there's a waiting list for it. So I don't think we're there. I'm not worried about it. I would be like a very very junior position programmer, like at the juniorest junior, obviously. I don't think we're there yet at all. Because there's also that guy who actually made a plugin for Unity with Chat GPT, so this is another video I watched where the guy was like, "Look, if you hit this like 100 times, like one time it will work. This is so awesome," and and it will write the right code. Um, I think we're pretty far off still, like maybe 10 years. I don't know. How do you feel, Lego Logic? Let's see here. So with this, we got that going, but I think so. So I was talking about this the other day though too. Is the IntelliCode thing where I was just complaining like, why wasn't it filling my text in for me? That obviously increases efficiency for it to fill this crap in instead of me having to type it in. I mean, how do we? It becomes like a whole thing where at what point? So at what point do we need universal basic income for everyone? Like it starts like ballooning out like when you start thinking about it. You're like, "Oh, okay, well if this thing can write like fill in all my text, like we're already getting rid of junior programmers." Um so how like if and all right, so there's another thing I've wondered too, like if at some point can Chat GPT be like can the owners be like, "Hey, actually you used it for this program, so you owe us money. And you're like, well, I only used it for like a little bit. And they're like, yeah, but you did, so you owe us money, and you never paid for it. So I feel like we're on the edge of like this crazy cyberpunk world. Like it's I literally feel like it's gonna get weird. Luckily I'm 49, so I'll be dead soon, so I don't have to worry about it that much. But like probably everyone else will, who's like 30 should probably start stressing. And so like it also goes to like automated cars and stuff. I've read like tons of articles on automated cars because I don't drive, because I'm always curious like what car technology is coming forward. So I don't think most people should be allowed to drive because they're fucking fools and they try to kill me when I'm walking down the street. I think it should be a much higher. There should be a much higher line that is required for people to drive. And I don't think automated cars are the solution, actually. I think like more public transportation. But I look like I want to look at automated cars because I was curious. And so that like automated cars can cause more issues than they're going to solve. Possibly, they also could take away a lot of issues. Like there's tons of ideas for people have like instead of like you. Well, some of the bad ideas are that one person's going to own just a shit ton of cars, and they're going to be driving around trying to like as taxis. And so they'll become like these really expensive items that only rich people can have, and their 50 automated cars will be driving around everywhere, and so the traffic will actually be worse, but no one will be in the cars because they'll be driving around trying to get rides. It'll be like Uber but all automated cars, and only rich people will own them, and the poor people will have to use them to get places. Um, but then there's other things that we could do. Is we can if you drove to work, you don't have to park at your job. It could just drive you off. Then it could go drive and park somewhere else, so that it also could relieve traffic that way. So there's like all this craziness. But that's what I'm saying. Like with other AI, with a bunch of white collar workers being laid off, people buying all these crazy like automated cars and things, we're definitely getting towards like a cyberpunky, even worse stratified environment in society where there's gonna be like really like the not wage gap, the income inequality will be really crazy. And I don't know, it got me like ranting and raving about it. But yeah, so that's like one of the reasons why I'm a socialist, is because I think that the workers need to own more of the production of this shit and then stop working. Anyways, back to back to that crazy guy talking about being dead soon and shit. I don't know. Okay, so what the fuck was I doing? We were going to, but so world map load. We'll have to all be very creative because I don't think computers are gonna be able to get creativity for a long time. That's the other thing, like artists and stuff. Everyone's gonna have to be an artist, which is great, whatever. So we're creating all these here, which I guess we gotta fix this anyways. I'm going to copy this though and stick it in a notepad file because I want it as a reference right now for later. So what can we get? Let me pull this to my other screen as well. I know I just took all that effort to put it over here. So we need to description tier 1 true. And this should be null. So then we should be able just to null these guys out here. I think. We're not getting any issues, right? So it must work great. Fuck something up there. These ones slightly different, but it shouldn't matter. Oh, you just figured it out? That's what I want you to do? You just figured that out? Thanks. Thanks, I appreciate it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is taking someone's job because it makes me faster. Okay, so it's going to create this list from this information. Ah, fuck. I fucked it up. We need a thing in here that says is building. Which I know we had in there. I don't want it here. Want it right. Because we need that there because it's going to go through this list and it's going to create, whoops. It's going to create this other list sort of for us. This can go back. What happened here? I've lost my, oh, I closed them because I renamed them. Is building. Jump back to over here. Is research done? Is building. So that we need null, bool, null. This one, yeah, I just deleted all of these trues. What is this? Basic guns. This is false. Basic tactics. Primitive. This is a true one. Those are all true. This is false. This is a building. This is a building. This is a building. Building. Thanks. Thanks, guy. Thanks. You're helpful. I like how it does it on like the last one. Okay, so now it's going to create research and building lists. So originally, what was that one for loop? I was going to put this in earlier. It was right here. First run research. The fuck is this? Oh, I know what this is. Let's put a note in here. Wait. Yeah, this just renames the game objects. It toggles something. Oh, it's toggling the, okay. This goes to the research list and sets their objects to the correct settings, I guess. Okay, this is not where we want this. We want this in world map load. So after it does this, we need a for loop in here. Man, I've written so many for loops at this point, I'm shocked. I was all scared. So it needs to go through this list and add a new thing to the other list. But this is the issue we were getting to. I was originally going to have the research create this list. Because it would. So this was my thought process, is that we could just update the research list and it would create the building list for us. But now that I think about it, we need to create the building list. The problem is that now we're going to have two lists that we have to manually keep up to date. And if we fuck them up, I mean, we are going to need this later. So let's. Is there a better way to do this? Let me think here. So we need to assign. So if it has a building, the possible building at the end, we need to assign it. If then, whoops, got a little extra in here. All right, no, I think this will. But then we're gonna have to. Oh god, this is gonna be such a pain in the ass. We need to assign it here anyways. So we can. How can we do this? We just do equal to new. Fuck. How do we do this? New. Um. Possible. Well, this would be wrong anyways. This, we don't want the count in there. How does a new one? Oh, we looked at this the other day. I went through this whole rigmarole, and then we deleted stuff. See, this one's different than the other ones where we were adding. This one's just being new, whatever. How did I do this? I don't think you can do that. I think you need to put something in there, right? There's no argument given that corresponds to the required parameter list of. I wish you could just leave this blank. You could blank this out. Um, add. I don't think that's what I wanted. How did they do this? It wasn't with this. It was with these things. Oops. Oh, I don't want it to be a new list though. That's what I want as an empty list. Nix, how's it going, by the way? How's your night? I want an empty list to be in there. Because I have to manually assign shit to it later. And then I want it to be null if it's not a building. Like, my pillow really shows up in the background. Um, so basically what I want it to do is when it goes down this list of research items, if it's a building, I want it to stick this possible building list in here. The other way, actually, let me think here. Since I gotta manually do it anyways, no, that's not gonna work. So what I was thinking is we'd set up another manual list right here, like this one, and then just add them together. But some of them aren't gonna be there. So let me think. If I create another list, do they have to be attached? Let's think of that. Does it matter? Do they need to be attached to each other? Do we need this in here at all? Yeah. No. We don't. We don't have to have that in there. I thought that would be the easiest solution. So if I take that, I guess I could manually do that part too. That's once again, it's all this manual shit is just begging for me to fuck something up. Uh, the other way we could do it is have like a building ID in this research item list, and then that ID would match the list of the other thing. But it seems like we wouldn't be able to do it with a for loop. We'd have to do it manually, but I mean, we're gonna have to do it manually anyways. So let's do without this for. Let's comment this out actually. Let's save this for a second here so I can think about it. We're going to need another list. Regardless, we're going to need a list that is um, possible buildings, and it's going to have all this shit in here, which isn't all that much, but we're going to need name, description. See, this is also like all the same shit at the beginning. So the description, like this is the same. This is identical. So we could turn that into another list too. Well, it's identical for the ones that are buildings. What else do we need? Oh, I put it over here temporarily. We needed influence cost, days to build current employees and max employees, which happens to be this. But so I'm tempted to also just make this another list of the buildings names because they would all be, we could just stick them all in here. We definitely should, if we don't do that, we should definitely do like we did with the description. Because if we have to change something, that's the whole thing. If you change something now, I'm gonna have to go through and find every fucking Fisher's shack. Okay, let's baby steps here. God damn it! I should have only used 3 items instead of having so many research items for my testing. I knew it. This isn't gonna work regardless. This is trash. We can't have it go through and add these. Yeah, because their index numbers don't match up. I'm like in thought still here. Let's fix this thing first. That's the easy shit. See, we called it research item description. Let's just call it descriptions. Man, I say lagging out. Um, whoops. This should. See, it's really tempting just to make this another list, though, because let's take all of these buildings. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. I can't think of a wow. Unless somebody knows how to do what I'm trying to do. If it makes sense, I think I'm probably this is probably another thing that I'm missing, like a basic C sharp thing, and I'm missing a key ingredient, like when I didn't know what an array was, like that, where I can't get. Um, the fuck is this song? One second. It keeps kicking back to this album that, like I said earlier, I haven't listened to before that much, and so I'm not like I can't like listen to music um, that I'm not familiar with. And I think gardeners looks spelled wrong to me. Everything looks like it is. Where's my IntelliCode thing now, huh? Scavenger shack. You know, when you run into something you're not sure about, I always just switch to something uh, tedious and horrible. I'm actually kidding. Thinking about calling this something Melee Smith. So that was what I was talking about earlier. I don't see. I feel like I'm going down this crazy road here. Let's go back to here. So like I could make so name and description is used in three. Oh, I had to close them. Let me open them up. So there's possible buildings, there's current buildings, and then there's research items, and all of them currently have the same. Well, not the same exact, but if it's a building, they're gonna like each item in the list is gonna have the same name and description. The names need to be separate because we might want to have the player be able to change the name of the buildings. I'm not sure about that yet. But this, I was just doing this real quick so I didn't have to uh, keep updating two or possibly three places. But so I was saying, like, I was thinking, oh, I'll just make a list of the name and the description and then stick that list there. But then it's the same thing. I gotta manually assign all that shit like I'm doing here. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world. I just feel like it's very error prone. Um, for like human error prone, not like programming error prone. Error prone. Uh, like like the accounting department at my work, they're always talking about how error prone they are and are not. And ammo smiths. I could fix that later. That will make this easy to fix later. Primitive gun. See, this is like whatever. Gun, ammo, smiths. Um, yeah, exactly. Exactly. This one. Uh, accounting lady messed up my paycheck twice. I don't know why I'm putting caps on that, but gun ammo, like this whole name is terrible. But like I said, it's easy to fix. She messed up on my uh it was typos. It was typos twice, and she was so hostile the second time I brought it. Oh my god, she was pissed. And I was like, it's not my fault you fucking typed it wrong. Yes. She doesn't work. She doesn't work at my place, at my work anymore. She like rage quit her job, which was a self-inflicted rage quit. Anyways, so I was like, oh, I can just change this to a list. Then I'm gonna have this one. This list would be in here, but it almost doesn't seem necessary to have this list in here. But it would be nice. I think I'm just gonna have to manually apply it. All right. Well, let me. Yeah, I should have done 3 of these instead of 14 of them. I just kept thinking of research items. Where's my? Let's fix this though. What? Where are we? The fuck? I don't know what I did here. Is that what you meant when you were talking about a group? Was like another list, or were you talking about something else? It suddenly dawned on me. Group them together as a class with name and description. Oh no, that's we. That is what. Um, that was what we were talking about. I suddenly got worried. Like, wait, did I just miss some new thing I could have learned? Chat has helped me a couple of times now. When I didn't know how to do arrays when I first started this, and someone's like, "Why aren't you using an array?" And I was like, "What's an array?" And they're like, "Dumb shit." It's um, now using well. I kind of got away from them for a minute. I was using them all the time. I keep hitting something that is, uh, but then I wanted to modify them, and you know what I should have done? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. God damn it, I don't know why I did so many of these for this round. I knew it was going to be a problem, and here we are. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break, I think. I usually only stream for 3 hours, but I want to fix this catastrophe that I've uh, started here. I don't know if fix like 100%, but I want to get it back to at least where it would run. Because otherwise, I have a feeling that I'm going to forget everything. Even though I plan to work on this tomorrow. These are buildings. That's not a building. Let's see, this is going to get weird too. Primitive. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes here. Damn, I was outside and I was like, you know what? I am just gonna make that a class and put them together, but I can't because of these ones. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe I should have two different research lists. What am I doing here? I'm gonna turn off my break timer for one. um, let's go back to my GitHub thing. And we added let's put that in there so I don't forget. I'm like gonna be duplicating my work. Aren't buildings. Maybe have two different research lists. Then I would have like, God damn it, I don't know. I'm just going in circles at this point. Let's just finish this and then we'll just make it back to a workable state for right now. What the fuck was I doing here? This is the primitive ranged. If I did two lists, it wouldn't be that bad because you could have like doctrines at the top or something, and then buildings below that in the research thing. And since I manually made that research panel instead of having it dynamically generated like I was originally thinking, um, I think we forgot one. Primitive, we forgot one. Goddamn typos. That's probably the way I should do it. I don't know if we need all these lists then, though. it's, it's everything suddenly doesn't matter. I mean, I think we would could we get away with two of them? But then we're back where we were at the first place. No, we would need a new list for each of them. What is this one? Ammo Shack. This is that one. I think probably that would solve a bunch. No, it still wouldn't solve that. We'd still have to do it manually. It doesn't matter. We could make this though a class, and then we could have another class for like description. Yeah, we could. What am I doing here? Gun ammo, Smith Shack. What the fuck did I name? Gunsmith, gun ammo, and then elitism. Did we do elitism? No. And then we're to here. Okay, let's save this shit just in case some disaster happens. I'm gonna put another note in here because I doctrines and then another of buildings. Then we could have another two lists. One of building name and descriptions, and another of doctrines. They wouldn't be called doctrines. I will leave that out. Doctrines, name, and descriptions. This is the whole point of doing, god damn it, with small little baby steps instead of doing like so many research. I should have just commented them out and put them in there. I guess I could still comment them out, but now I'm so far in. I can't stop. Okay, let's add these buildings in. Then I probably want to also, how many are there? 11? Seriously? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Get rid of this. Whoops, not descriptions. Now I want to do that, but we're in such a fucked up part. Let's put this down here. I'm still contemplating here if I should just go back and what are we up to here? Garden shack. God, I should just comment all this shit out temporarily. I only really need 3 of them. I could get away with 2 of them probably. But then I'm gonna have all this fucked up code. Or I can just do this shit for like the next 7 hours or something. The goal was only to do this for 3 hours tonight. Stone. But then I wrote that events and I was gonna write another one. The event was shockingly easy. um, so this is gonna be fixed, and I'm just copying all this down. 1 second here. Where am I on? Primitive range. I don't know if I do either. No, so we need 2 lists. We need well, we only need 2 right now. The third one's gonna get created as the buildings are being made. I think. Oh, this isn't right. I was like halfway done with that. Primitive. I got two left. Except I want this down here. These are just lined up wrong. And then I have these notes of this other thing that I deleted earlier. And these should... Yeah, I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna. Once these are fixed, I'm gonna comment out a bunch of these, so I only have 3, because there's too many with all this fucking around with lists. There's too many things going on to update when I'm trying to fix, like when I'm trying to test something. And I just had a list, like I suddenly thought of a bunch of research items, so I put them in here. But that actually was a detriment to what I was doing, because now I have too much shit going on. So let's comment out once. Once this is done. Okay, this is the last one. Okay. This won't fix it for me. Huh, I was planning on Control K, Control D to redo all this for me, so I wouldn't have to do all this shit. It does not like it though. It's like, this is so fucked up, I don't even know what you're doing. Okay. We'll go down to 3. Okay, well these are... No, okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna explain what I'm trying to do again. And hopefully that will help me with my thought process as well. So this can be a group, or sorry, a class of its own, if we break this list into 2, which I just don't want to do right now. I mean, it will probably have to happen. But I need 3 items here. This is just adding in. So let's comment out these ones so I have less shit to deal with. Except for this last one. Because I need one that's not. And then we needed these top 3. Okay, so now we only have 3 that we have to deal with. 1, 2, 3, and then this one is not a building. And it has some other thing that we were doing. So now, once these are done, the last one of this should be possible buildings. Oh, you know, and then we could have done the for loop. No. Yes. We could do a for loop to do that. But now this is what I'm going to try to do, hopefully. So then if we go research item, tier 1, possible buildings equals... See, this is the problem. Whoops. Is I didn't want to manually put this shit in. So that was what all of this was for, was so that this would equal that. The problem, why I didn't want to manually do it, like I keep saying, it's the too many, it's too easy to have mistakes. We have 4 of them? No, we have 3 of them. Okay. So then if we go, we're now going to have to go all the way back to our research. That is research name is set to that. Toggle. 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 The fuck are we using with that? I can't remember how I did that. Okay, we do have a toggle in there. Um, where was that thing? Here it is. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Now this makes sense. This goes to the research list and sets the game up. No, to the correct game objects and toggles. And then down here it goes through them all and it says, "Hey, is research done? If so, the toggle is turned on or off." So I think we actually can test this, unless we have more errors. No, we have more errors. This is from that other one. Jump to it, motherfucker. Let's turn off. Hey, here's my guy that I wrote. Let's turn off this temporarily. I'm so excited when I write something new, you know. Let's turn off that temporarily. Where do we go? All right, you're done there. Okay, let's turn all this shit off. We're not gonna look at this just yet. We're just gonna click on research to make sure research works. And then we're gonna, it's baby steps, you know, because I just changed a bunch of shit. Oh, right. I manually added these things. I was like, why is there all this extra shit? So that actually worked, except for the manually adding things, but that's an easy fix. We just find our research panel. I was gonna originally try to like dynamically have these generated, but I was running into all these sorts of issues. But it might it wasn't all sorts of issues. I didn't want to learn how to draw a line. That's what it was. Okay, so this works. This is a Fisher's shack. They're all marked as done, which is what we want because everything's done at this point. And then we'll click here and this will be broke. Well, it's going to be broken regardless. Let's fix this. I don't need this open anymore. Let's turn this on. This should be off, I think. This should be off. This should be off. Not sure if I think I turned off one too many things. Now everything should be fucking busted right here. Well, I didn't turn that off, so we gotta turn that off. I didn't think that was gonna work. Because it's getting it from the wrong. It's getting from the wrong list. I mean, it's working, but it's the wrong list. Why did I do all this work? What is that? Why is it a 0? Um, Okay, so this is the first thing we have to possible building list. Do we? Why did I need a possible? Now I've forgotten what I needed. They're all assigned there. See, I've been stuck with this. Like I had a separate list originally, and then I got rid of it. Um, because I didn't think I needed it, and now I need it to be a separate list because I need to take stuff off of the list. So it needs to be this possible building list. Needs to be okay. So on awake, it needs to instantiate that prefab. So we could use that same name group if we did it here. So actually, and then this goes to this, but this is not going to go from research. This isn't going to be a research item anymore. It's going to be pulling it from that other thing. Wait, put this back. This is going to be called, well, we can just change this and then we'll rename this to no, possible building. Then this. Well, that sure makes that a lot easier. Now I wish I did that more often. And this one we need to fix. The fuck is this one? Oh, that's gonna be the one where we, this is what caused this whole, this whole thing. Um, okay, so this is gonna be the possible building. Where are we getting this from? This is the instance possible building button clicked is, it's a little confusing with that name. So that'll get it to that. Do we ever even use this though? I don't even think we ever used this part of it. Like all that effort was for nothing. I need it to break so I can see where it's broken. Okay, so on the possible building panel, all it does is instantiate this shit. and it's setting the name. So this actually should be. Man, this is gonna be hard to fucking debug. If and when when issues start popping up because this is all fucked up. And I think it's actually gonna work right now, which is like the problem. Okay, let's see. I think it's the problem is if it works, even if it's using the wrong variable or the wrong list, I guess it doesn't matter, right? All right, let's double check research. Research is all checked. We can click on it. It doesn't give us any information. Um, oh yeah, I decided to do that later because we weren't sure about what was going on. So we have those things. They all work. They all been researched. Elitism, really? We wanted that one to be researched. We did. We wanted it to be researched because we could see if it showed up on the building list. We open up the building list and it doesn't show up, which is what we want. We still need to pause this shit. Now, actually, we didn't want it to pause until you click on this. So this is we're not doing this part yet. The 666 wood is just so to see this works. And then our Forester shack is going to be for later. Then we hit build. Okay, so that's where we're at. I don't know why we went through all this effort to get back to where we were. There was a plan here, but now I've forgotten it. I think the idea is we're going to move this to here, and we're actually going to move it off the list. Yes, that is exactly what's going on. So when that thing opens, though, we need to populate this name. Could we... This actually isn't going... We need to fix this thing before I forget about it. Whoops, I put public in there. I was I was looking at that thing. All right, I don't want to listen to this song. There was a point to all of this. I swear to God. There was a goddamn point to this. And we should just turn that. Okay, this has now been fixed. So where was that thing where I was just so happy about with the that's what we're going to do next with the subscription this thing panel refresh. Why don't we just assign that thing that text field um yeah, why don't we just assign I don't know why there we go. Um right here, why don't we do the thing that I never do? Uh I mean, can it change it while it's yeah, it has to be able to. How the fuck do I do this? $sign. Um, what did I? Then I need a squigs. Whoops. Okay. Then get the fuck out of here. We need you. No, it's this. What the fuck was that called? UI building description panel. That's down here. You need to get in here. Okay. Now we try it again. I don't think we need to maximize this one. It's almost it's almost 1 a.m. We don't need to look at that. We need to look at this. I mean, we can hit yes, but it doesn't do anything yet. All that fucking with all those lists and it no major bugs. Like there's something else going wrong here. um, okay. Well, it's 3 hours and 44 minutes. I feel like I want to use this current. All that. Something's gonna bust later, and I'm not gonna know what the fuck what the fuck it is. Let's write another one of these things real quick. This is what we were gonna do. This is gonna be called. Well, I actually do want it to be called building confirmed. So this is gonna trigger everything. Wait, how the fuck do I do this? Yeah, you just. We don't have the right thing going here. So this is gonna be a button though. Like a button's gonna trigger this stuff. And it's actually gonna trigger a bunch of things. And this is like around where I thought I was gonna write my first event, but the other thing came up first. And it worked. It worked. It was so easy. And then, so when they hit button or when they hit confirmed, a bunch of other stuff's gonna like be paying attention to that. So how the fuck did we do this? So we had one called possible building button pressed. Jesus Christ, and one's called clicked. Fucking idiot wrote this. Okay, so where is that thing though? It doesn't exist. It's a nothing. It's a nothing thing. Okay, this might be more more difficult than this one because this is the only one I've written. Uh, can I? Maybe I have to use a Unity thing with this. Which one is this on? This is on. Can I put this? Let's see. Can I put this on here and go like this and go? Oh, well, you never attached this to anything. I was gonna attach it to. Oh, we already got started here, then we... Oh, we already attached it to that, too. Yeah, it doesn't know what that is. So, do we have to put it, like, in a thing? In a thing, I say? That seems ridiculous, but... Oh, I just thought of something else that we need to do. We need to make sure that you have the resources to buy the building. But let's do this other part first here. I guess we could do that. How the fuck would we do that? This wasn't the plan. I think I'm gonna call it. I've already way over my 3 hours, and I'm already so confused. What a weird night of programming. I think breaking those up is the correct. Let's go through my thing real quick here. Well, let's do this. Let's close Unity. And let's push this shit to new. I think I worry about like having too many lists, the list being too long. Then this is just like a duplicate now, so let's get rid of this thing. Oh, this one we should have done, and that would take 2 seconds. But okay, that's fine. The build button is done. Is it though? I don't think it is. We need to actually have it. We need, this is when you click build, it should. I guess I'll put it down here. I like that. Resources to build the item. I mean, I guess we could also like gray out that button, but I want them to be able to read the build item. What did I do? Yeah, we can cancel. Whoops. That one's fine. I think. Yes. Okay. That should be easy. This we need to do. Need to select the number of employees that are being built. Okay, so this actually needs to be above that. We should do this though. I need basically I just want to make sure I have notes to remember where I'm at. I plan to work on this tomorrow, but you know, who knows? Maybe I won't want to. Pause time when the building panel is open. No, we need that needs to be in there. I was trying to think if we can get away without putting it in there yet, but no, it has to be in there. And I actually kind of want I want this in the title as well. One of the things I like to be able to read the issues without opening them. That's why all my issue names are so long. Make another list of names and descriptions for building that's part of the current and possible build list. Did I put notes in here? I did. So we should do that. We should just do it. Yeah, I don't like this either, but is this part of county improvements? I think it kind of is. That we don't need to do yet. Let's go back up to the top here. Yeah, I didn't fuck with any of that stuff today. Yeah, that's going to be brutal. Make it easier to tell which counties the player owns. Find out a better way to do dev view. Do we want the population info button to not interact with in counties you don't own, or should it print something? Oh man, I wish I hadn't closed it. I'm curious what happens if I try to. I think we already tested it, but now that I've fucked with everything, I think the buildings button should go away when you click on other counties, but I didn't do that even once today. So what part were we on just then? We were. Let's add this. We created an event. It needs to remove influences. Well, I mean, influence cost. Move building from possible to current. So all of these things should be, we'll need to be looking at this. Man, that pillow is crazy behind me. That how it thinks that's part of me every time I like move around. Um, oh, it needs to change what that population is doing from scavenging to building or constructing. And I think those are the main things. I just thought of something else that we need to fix though. So I'm going to add this to here. Before we do that, we have to a current day job and a next day job on population list. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I should have commented out all those extra fucking things early, way earlier, because I can just put them back in once we're done with all this, and and fix all the lists instead of fixing all of those. I've been fixing those like of the 60 hours I've been working on this, 40 of them are me fixing the list. Yeah, I have a couple of arrays still. I've gotten rid of most of them now. But I think that is it for me tonight. We already did that. Everything is great. Thank you for watching and the help. I will talk to you guys next time. And like I said, I usually do this on Saturday and Sundays because I'm a loser and I don't have a life. That's it. Thank you. Talk to you next time. Bye.